spent a lot of time, dozens of hours, going over with election boards and election board commissioners and employees. And I think this is one of the most important votes we're going to take here today. And I think it's important, and I don't mean to insult any legislators, that we know the process. Can you vote on a machine? Positively not. In Sussex County, the only people who, and throughout the whole state under executive order, the only people who could vote was visually impaired, and nobody used machines in Sussex County after they were all set up. Now, why folks with other disabilities couldn't use them, I don't know. But people went in there and did the provisional ballot. They went in, spoke to a poll worker, got the provisional ballot, took a pen from the poll worker, filled out the ballot, handed the ballot back, handed the pen back. There was 10, 20 times more interaction than you would go and have than if you went and simply pressed that button. This is about choice. I'm not opposed to absentee ballots. Really, quite frankly, in this day and age, I don't know why we're not able to vote on a smart device or a computer. People can move bank accounts and stocks and everything else. It's kind of odd that we can't, but we're not there yet. But the rush to get through this, and then the mechanics of it. Sussex County had 30,000 ballots. Now, we're a rural county. I'm just referring to this because I know the example. The count, those ballots, all of those envelopes had to be opened days and days in advance. Then the votes had to be put in a second area. It took 15, 16 days to go through these ballots. This large election is going to have many, many times more ballots. We hired dozens of senior citizens, many of them, to come into one room and open all these ballots and count them. So I guess the most offensive thing about this bill, it's not about safety at all. And anyone who says it's about safety, that is so disingenuous. This is about going to an all-mass ballot. And even if that is your goal, just say it and get it done. But the more important thing is we're rushing into this, and we're going to have a disaster on election. The ballots are going to be able to drop at all the clerks' area. You can drop them at any polling spot, but you can't press the button on the poll, even if you can go in and vote provisional, as my assembly sponsor said on the bill. But I just don't understand that we're taking something so important and so hell-bent on getting it through for pure politics that we're going to rush one of the greatest rights we have as Americans, our right to vote. And we're going to take away a choice politically and then hide under the safety. And as the leader Brandick said, pretty much everything is almost open now. There's no way that you can convince me that having them in gymnasiums throughout our schools and people going up and standing 6 feet apart and pressing a button isn't safe. I mean, I don't think anybody would buy that argument. And I hope, with even the gyms opened up and the restaurants are going to be open up, that is a fraudulent argument that we're doing. Now, if you want to go all paper, let's just say, hey, this is what we got. We have the votes in both houses. We want an all-paper ballot. But don't hide behind the pretext that it's a safety issue. It's really insulting to the people. And I just don't know why, as all of us elected officials, many of us in this game a while, why we deny anybody or worry that they have a different option for voting. There's no logic behind it. The machines are sitting right there. The people are walking by, looking at them, and they can't press the vote. And it's going to hold up. It's going to hold up the whole election. I'll take a bet with anybody in the room that this election isn't going to be done by election night. There is no question. And I'll end it on this. Then we had a recount. The U.S. Senate candidate asked for a recount. The poll workers that are all in one room, safe social distancing, had to go through 30,000 ballots and pull out the 2 towns because they asked for a hand count. So I just wanted everyone to know the mechanics of this and the disaster that is looming. And it's being done for no reason. Why don't we have all options? Have the mail, have the absentee. As people should know, you can request an absentee ballot for any reason, and then have the machines. That's democracy. Any way you want to vote, we have it. So I urge you to vote no and not rush it through. And then my last part, I apologize, as budget officer, to use CARES money for this, taking the pandemic and using that money to push through a political agenda and simply get the end goal of all mail-in ballots, that's very disappointing, too. And the businesses and the people are suffering. And this is going to be well over $10, $15, $20 million at least. That money could be used for a much better purpose. So I urge everybody, this is a very important bill. It sends the wrong message to democracy to vote no. Thank you very much.